Hey, what's up, guys? What's going on? We have a few things to talk about. It's almost 5 a.m. Usually it's the time it's 4:51, but usually that's the time I wake up, get ready, for work. But anyway, I said, you know what? I may not have time later on. Why not? The kids are sleeping. It's perfect. So there's no noise. I don't have to worry about. And let me just do this before anything. I argue this with my friends. I argue this with my cousins. Mostly with my cousins. It's Jordan and LeBron. I said to me, LeBron was the second greatest player of all time to me for a while, but Jordan fans thought I was talking about Jordan being number one. No, I never thought Jordan was number one. To me, Jordan, I would say Jordan was top 10 player for me. A lot of you guys might think, oh, he's a hater. No. But anyway, I thought Kareem was always, the greatest player of all time. So until further notice, until about next month, LeBron, of course, will pass Kareem as the greatest player of all time. LeBron James will be the greatest player of all time. People, Jordan fans are going crazy. Oh, how could you say that? You could. Nah. If you look at it, right? I know Isaiah Thomas said this, and people call Isaiah a hater. He wasn't. To be clear, Jordan's able to when he got drafted, Jordan was able to walk around Chicago, all the stuff, because of Isaiah Thomas' family. You know what I mean? His family took care of him, make sure he was good in Chicago. So then Jordan turned his back on them. But anyway, like Isaiah said, they changed the rules the NBA changed they changed the rules for Jordan because they needed a face, right? Back then in the 80s, of course, it was a physical sport. With the Detroit Pistons dominated, it was a physical sport. Those guys were it's physical, right? The game went from this to guys showing finesse. It's a different game. It was a different game back then. Okay, and again, the Pistons dominated that era. Again, they were physical team. So the league wanted to move away from that. Then they were dealing with they knew by the way, they paid Magic Johnson a lot of money to go away. All right, because Magic Johnson, come on, 5 championships. The guy was dominating too with the Lakers. Him and Kareem, they were dominating. Okay, I remember when Kareem got hurt and Magic went in the game playing center. That's what I'm saying. LeBron always remind me of Magic. So the way his style, built like the mailman, but but still, so the NBA, long story short, again, the NBA changed it. They changed the rules, they changed the stuff for Michael Jordan. They needed a face. Isaiah was old. They paid Magic Johnson a lot of money to go away. The whole AIDS stuff was coming out. The NBA needed a face because, even before the lockout, all that stuff. Yes, the NFL was trending. Baseball was the number one sport for a while. Dominating radio, it was big. So the NBA was not about to be third. You know what I mean? And now was hockey getting there? Yes, but not like that. So the NBA needed a face. They changed a lot of stuff. To accommodate Jordan to make sure Jordan wasn't getting calls. If you look at 1988, Jordan won defensive player of the year. 1988. He won Defensive Player of the Year in 1988. Look at the play. Look at Kareem. Kareem Olajuwon. Look at Olajuwon number. Hakeem Olajuwon. I said Kareem. Look at Hakeem Olajuwon number. Hakeem Olajuwon dominated every number. From the only thing Jordan beat Olajuwon on was steals. I think Jordan had 259 steals that year, and Hakeem had 162. So, from rebound, blocks, everything, Hakeem dominated that year. But they give that to Jordan. You know what I mean? So how you gotta look at it, right? A lot of sports writers. Jordan was out partying. Jordan remind me. Okay. Allen Iverson and Jordan pretty much the same. You see them at in every club. Jordan was out all night, partying, drinking, smoking. He was hanging out with the sports writers. So of course they never write anything negative about him. So it's easy it was easy access for him. He was there. They're hanging out. They're playing golf together. They're playing pool. They're doing everything together. They're drinking, partying with women, doing all that stuff. They were doing that. So because of all of that, the guys like Skip Bayless, I know his name is Skip Bayless, but I call him Skip Bayless. Right? Skip Bayless, right? Skip Bayless, guys like Skip Bayless, those guys were, they were hanging out with Jordan. So hanging out with Jordan, doing all the stuff. So of course, but again, 1988. Jordan. He won Defensive Player of the Year. No, he wasn't. Hakeem Olajuwon was beat him in every number, but they pick him. So, which was a slap in the face. You know what I mean? It was a slap in the face that they picked Jordan that year to be that. So, of course, players like Isaiah Thomas seen that, said, "Wait a minute, you know what I mean? Let's be fair." It's like the same time when Steve Nash, Steve Nash won the MVP when LeBron would have better numbers. So so like I said, those things are the sports writers who make it, right? So now for Jordan to be the number one, the greatest player of all time. How could you be the greatest player of all time? You could never beat Larry Bird. All right? Listen to this. Michael Jordan could never beat Larry Bird. Never. 0-6 against Larry Bird. Now, talking to my cousin said, "Hey, the Celtics, they were the greatest team. They were a super team." Again, if you're the greatest player of all time, you worry about a super team. You could beat anybody. The Warriors were a super team. LeBron beat them. With the Cavs. The Cavs, come on. The Cavs players that he beat, because they had to, they went and got Kevin Durant. They already had the greatest team, the Warriors. Pretty much undefeated. Right? They went and got, Kevin Durant joined them because he couldn't beat them because that was a disgrace. Disgrace, right? I have no respect for him. But anyway, so they went and got Kevin Durant to help them. Tell me the greatest team assembled, the greatest team put together that Jordan beat. So for you to be the greatest player of all time, again. The greatest player of all time for me, right now, is Hakeem Olajuwon. I mean, not Hakeem Olajuwon. I said Hakeem Olajuwon. You know what I mean? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the greatest player of all time for me. Again, the guy dominated from high school, dominated in college, and dominated in the league, in the NBA. But in a few weeks, LeBron James will be the greatest player of all time. The guy, like how many people, the guy almost have 40,000 points. All right? Well, he's second right now to Kareem, but he's about to break it. With the game he had today, I know they lost earlier. They lost. He dropped 32. The guy, at almost 40 years old, dropping 38. Right now he's the best player in the NBA. He's leading the league in the points, assists, and rebound. Right now, the oldest player in the NBA. He's still dominating. You got to look at the league. When the league had all the big, at one point, it was the big man. It was the big man that was dominating the league. LeBron was the best player then. All right, from the day that the guy came in the league, because the league had a transition. It was a time when you had this going on, that going on, but LeBron James was dominating then. You can't say the same for Jordan. The league had to make a lot of adjustment for Jordan. Hey, he can't get calls. The referees were hanging out with him. The referees that's in jail right now, because of course they pay him. The NBA pay him to not name names because it will be a black eye on the NBA. He even said that. A lot of they were betting. All right, so for me again. Now when you compare it again, when you comparing Jordan and LeBron, LeBron's a better player. LeBron's a better player. In a few weeks, LeBron will be the greatest player of all time. Right now, it's Kareem. Like again, when I tell people I had LeBron as the second best player, they were excited, thinking I'm talking about Jordan being number one. No, Jordan was never number one. Jordan to me is a top 10 player. Because I've seen a better version of Jordan. That's Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant's a better better player than Michael Jordan. Even though Kobe Bryant copied everything about Michael Jordan, he's a better copy. Sometimes the original movie is not the best, and so a lot of time some remake you're like, man, you shouldn't even do that. But sometimes when you look at you're like, man, the remake is better than the original. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. Now, all right. Let's look at if we look at, you could Google John Havlicek, right? He played for the Celtics. Havlicek's it's Havlicek, right? If you look at his record, 11 time All NBA, right? Jordan been 11 time in All NBA. John 11 time All NBA, right? Again, I'm picking a mediocre player. I'm picking a mediocre player. I'm comparing his record, his numbers with Jordan. A mediocre player. I'm comparing his numbers with Michael Jordan. And then you tell me, right? I'm comparing it the same number. He played for the Celtics. All right? John Havlicek. Again. Havlicek, however, hey, Google his name. Same numbers. A mediocre player. I'm gonna tell you his numbers. I'm gonna tell you his numbers and Jordan numbers. And you could tell me which player, right? You could tell me which player in the history of the NBA have the same or better number than LeBron James. Right now, LeBron, again, almost 40,000 points. He's the only player, well, he's the second player with almost 40,000 points. Kareem, number one, he's number two for now. Right? But he's the only player in the history of the NBA, listen to me, in the history of the NBA, LeBron James, the only player with almost 40,000 points, 10,000 plus rebound, right? Almost 40,000 points, 10,000 plus rebounds, and 10,000 plus assists. Only player in the history of the NBA. Now, let me give you John's number and Jordan's number, right? 11-time All-NBA for John, 11-time All-NBA for Jordan. All right? 13-time All, so they even. 13-time All-Stars for John, 14-time All-Star for Jordan. All right, Jordan have the edge. 8 titles. 8 titles for him, 6 titles for Jordan. All right? 26,000 points. Jordan have 32,000 points. John have 8,000 rebounds. Jordan have 6,000 rebounds. He have 6,000 assists. Jordan have 5,000 assists. John have 31 triple doubles. Jordan have 28 triple doubles. All right. So he's in the finals. People say, "Oh, Jordan's 6-0. Jordan's 8-0 in the finals." Before Scottie Pippen, Jordan was 1-9. 1-9. All right? Jordan was 1-9 before Scottie Pippen. And he could never beat Larry Bird. You couldn't beat Bird. You couldn't beat Isaiah Thomas. You couldn't beat Magic and Kareem. That's a fact. Now, all right. In 1984, first round, they eliminated. I know Jordan fans don't like that. 1985, first round, they eliminated. 86, first round, eliminated. 87, second round. 88, third round. 89, third round. Right? 1994, second round. 2001, they didn't make the playoff. 2002, they didn't make the playoff. I could go on. All right? The numbers are there. So if we arguing Jordan being the best, the greatest of all time, you're gonna dominate. All right? You're gonna dominate. The league's not gonna do you favors. The league is not gonna give you things. And that's what they did. The league needed to move away from the Isaiah Thomas. They needed to move away from Magic. Again, the youngest kid, youngest guy coming in to dominate, winning championship. But the age stuff, they needed to Jordan was the face. At the same time, when Nike first approached Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson didn't do the deal, right? Which you regret, and they went with Jordan. They needed a face. So if Magic said yes to Nike, Nike would not have went with Jordan. But then he said yes to them. Yes, he said yes to them, and that was it. So if Magic would have said yes to them, we wouldn't have the Air Jordans. Probably not. You know what I mean? So Nike went with him. They needed a face. Of course, they're marketing and stuff. So, hey, let's do that. And the league, if you look, you breathe on Jordan. Right now, you watch a game with LeBron. He's coming in. They following him. They're doing all. You watch those games. Calling whatever. Is he getting hit? They're not calling those fouls on LeBron. They're letting him go. They wouldn't do that for Jordan. The league changed for Jordan. Jordan was a ball hog. I watched a game where Jordan wanted to keep up his average. They were losing by 20. If you watch a game, okay. The last year, LeBron could have be the MVP of the league. 5 games, he sat down. He was leading the league in scoring. And then then he sat down, so it became Embiid, Joel Embiid, Kevin Durant, and the Joker. He sat down because he doesn't care about scoring titles. Jordan does. So to keep up his average, they were losing by 20, full quarter. They were acting like 2 minutes left in the game, 2-3 minutes left in the game. Jordan went back in the game, right? Told the coach to put him back in the game, just so he could keep up his average. He wanted to score. That's all he cared about, to keep up his average. I talked to Stackhouse. Stackhouse will tell you, Jordan's a lousy player, terrible person. He's trash. He was telling Jordan, like, why you in here? They didn't want him in with the Wizards. The players went to the owner, say, hey, either him or us. They have to let him go. He's a terrible player, right? And because you see him as an owner, you see him. He doesn't know what he's doing. He does not know what he's doing. You see him as you see him. He doesn't know what he's doing. He don't know anything about talent. He doesn't. Okay, because and that's why you see LeBron every time LeBron play his team, he destroyed them. I think out of 40 games they play, and since Jordan on the team, I think it was 37. He beat them 37. I remember that game when Jordan LeBron stole the ball. Jordan was on the sideline the whole time. He's looking at Jordan, not even looking at the basket, and dunking it. Out of 40 games they played. Out of 40 games LeBron played with Jordan team, he beat them 37 times. I think he went on a 31 straight, whatever, something like that. Man, listen, bro. Again, Jordan to me, Jordan's he's a great player. He's a great player, of course. Terrible teammate, but he's a great player. But I've seen a better version of Jordan. The original, to me, the original is top 10. The original, Jordan's not better. Jordan's not, because you guys, fans try to compare Jordan to LeBron. LeBron is the king. LeBron is the best, the greatest of all time. Will be in a few. You should have focused on Kobe. Yeah, he had a better shot, but even then, Kobe's a better player. If you look at it, Kobe's a better player. He's a better version of Jordan. He copied everything Jordan. That's his idol. But that's it. Well, a lot of kids from the hood, Jordan was their model. Was their role model. They didn't have fathers. They didn't have fathers present. So Jordan was the role models for them. But kids from the suburb, a lot of stuff, they're not, they weren't thinking about that. Jordan was not the role models for them. Of course not. But a lot of kids from the hood, Jordan was the role model. I want to play basketball. I want to be like Jordan. That's what they go to the park. Just copy to be like Jordan. That was a dream to go to the NBA. Every kid from the hood. You know what I mean? But again, suburban kids are not. I'm not saying suburban kids don't want to go to the NBA, but I'm just saying education is more valued. With their parents, the focus is more on education, not sports. It's more academic. That's what it is. So plan A. It's like playing sports. Again, it's plan B. It's what it is. But anyway, so all right. Like if you look at it, right, from 84, 85, 86, 87, I could go on. From threes, Jordan averaged, it was 13, 17, 18%. Now, people want to tell me, Jordan fan want to tell me, man, Jordan would have dominated in this era, and how would he dominate? Tell me. How would Jordan dominate in this era? The guys right now are faster, taller, better players than back then, than when Jordan was playing. The guys are more athletic. You know what I mean? The guys right now are more athletic. They're faster, bigger, taller than before, more physical. All right, if you look at the guys that Jordan was that was going up against Jordan, that he was way taller than. Of course, he could dominate them. You got Muggsy Bogues, 5'3", or Earl Boykins, 5'5", Mel Hirsch, 5'6", Spud Webb, 5'7", Greg Grant, 5'7", Keith Jenner, 5'7", right? Red Klotz, 5'7", Walter Masaka, 5'7", Monty Toe, 5'7", Charlie Chris, 5'8". Charlie Chris was the tallest player he faced. Again, man, I was gonna lie, but I know that with LeBron James from the Cavs, LeBron James is the only player in the history of the NBA, right? In the history of the NBA, he's the only player to average 30 points with every team he's been in. For the Cavs, he played 401 games, 30 points plus. With Miami, 139 games, same thing. You know what I mean? Everywhere the guy go, everywhere LeBron James, LeBron James always been a dominant player. Only the guy right now, by the time he retired, right? Because you look at 30,000 plus points. Kareem had Kareem had that record for 40 years, almost 40 years. Long time. Nobody, even Magic said that. Said it the other day. Magic said, he didn't think anybody could ever break that record. You would never see anybody. He didn't think anybody could do that. Anybody. Who? You know what I mean? So LeBron, because if you look at it, okay, if you total up playoff and regular season, LeBron already, LeBron already have like 44,152 points and 1,616 games. Now Kareem, if you add it up, Kareem would have 44,149 and 1,797 games. So in fewer games, if you add the playoffs and the regular season, LeBron's number one. But we add in just regular season. That's why LeBron right now is still at number two. But by next month, with the way he's going, by next month he'll be the number one of all time. But right now, as of today, January 19th, of course, at 5:20 a.m. Kareem is the greatest player of all time. But by next month, LeBron will break that record. So whenever I talk to my friends and cousins and stuff, when I say, LeBron's second of all time, they get excited. Oh yes, Team Jordan. Nah. I said, listen, pump your brakes. I don't think I put Jordan's top 10. Really, I would say 11 player, because Kobe's way better than Jordan. You know what I mean? Kobe's better than Jordan. Because again, you can't be the best player of all time. You could not beat Larry Bird. Larry Bird, yes, people say, oh, he called him, Black Jesus or whatever he called him. Of course, it's ridicule him, man. You can't beat him. He's just playing with you. You joke around sometimes. You say, oh man, you the best. Perfect example, right? Ronda Rousey was just knocking people out. Right, because Ronda Rousey was bigger, physical, taller than all those girls, all those women that she was fighting. People thought, oh, she's the greatest fighter ever. I said, listen, look at her skills, man. She doesn't have it. She's not. calm down. When you have a good fighter, you'll see what happens. People say, "Oh, come on, man. You know what I mean? She's great. She knows what she's doing." I said, "All right. Let me see her with a fighter, with a real fighter." So of course, because she was bigger, she was coming in, boom, 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 knocking people out. Those women were weak. They were weaker women. She was more physical. She was using brute force. The same way back then playing football, of course, because you're bigger, you're using brute force. But then technique come in the game. So the game changed, the game evolved. Where you're no longer using brute force, you're using technique. So the guys who doesn't have the capability to use techniques, you see them on the field, they look trash. They can't do anything. You're a big guy, you're 360, and you have a receiver that's 200-pound manhandling you. You know what I mean? So like I said, Ronda Rousey was out there knocking people out. But when Nunes came, Nunes made her look bad. She looked bad. Knocking her, punching her, she looked lost. She didn't know what was going on. And I laughed. I watched out those fights. I said, yes, I love Nunes. I love her style. You know what I mean? I said, man, she's amazing. You know what I mean? I'm a huge fan of hers. But, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. So Jordan was dominating those guys. Then again, but in this era, like the 3-point line was short, right? Jordan averaged 13% from the threes. 13%. Like I said, 84, 85, 86, 87. I could go on. He was in a good 3-point shooters. Now they moved the 3-point line all the way back, almost a half court. Because player, you see Steph Curry draining threes from like half court. I think they might move it again. They wanted to make it more entertaining. So Jordan's a baller. I watched Jordan score 2 points in a game, playing 48 minutes. 48 minutes. All right? Or 40 twice. The one he did 48, the other one was 40 minutes. Anyway, you can look that up. Look up the videos. You have YouTube. That's the beauty of YouTube. YouTube is amazing. Look at that. 40 minutes in a game. 40 minutes in, multiple times. He scored 2 points. And he was shooting all over. Shooting breaks. And he couldn't do it. 2 points in a game. So Jordan fans are whatever. No, I watched Jordan score 2 points in a game. And that's facts. Look that up. Go look it up. Multiple times. LeBron never done that. You know what I mean? So, like I said, man, listen. Right now, again, LeBron's second, right? Second right now, but he will be number 1 in scoring, right? He's number 6 right now in assists. Soon, the way, like I said, with the way he's going, he might be number 1 in assists too. He's number 6, so he's about to pass Mark Jackson and Steve Nash in a second. He already passed Magic. He already passed Magic, right? Steals. He's number 9. Yeah, he's about to pass my man Clyde Drexler. You know what I mean? 'Cause, then Scottie. Scottie is one of the greatest players of all time. Without Scottie Pippen, Jordan would be nothing. Because Jordan was 1-9 without Scottie Pippen. That's true facts. All right. But anyway, so steals, they got triple doubles. Come on, the guy's just killing, man. Jordan can't see LeBron James when it comes to the game, man. The guy's a better player. You have to be a hater, and to do that. So, and then LeBron's not clutch. Now listen, there's a lot of games I think that LeBron should just, like the other day. They lost the game the other day. Westbrook had to get at the ball. Should LeBron ask for the ball? But LeBron's not gonna do that. You know why? Because again, he's not gonna show him off. Westbrook had a hot hand. You know what I mean? He's not gonna show him off, because if he asks for the ball, that's his teammate. That's the difference between LeBron and Jordan. Yeah. Jordan was a terrible. Jordan was not a leader. LeBron is. Jordan was a terrible teammate. So LeBron could have easily asked for the ball, but he said, "No, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna ask for it. Go ahead." But if people said, LeBron's not clutch, but if you look at in the history of the NBA, right? Game tying, and go ahead field goals. Right? Playoff under 10 seconds left. We could look at Kobe Bryant, right? Game tying, go ahead field goals. Look at playoff under 10 seconds. 10 seconds left in the game. You got Kobe, Magic, and LeBron. Kobe, Jordan, and LeBron. Who do you think have a better numbers? Well, let me tell you, right? LeBron James, in the history of the NBA, he's 12 for 23. That's 52%. My math could be wrong. You know what I mean? But I know. 12 for 23, that's 52%. In the history of the NBA, game time, right? Game time. So 12 for 23. So that's 52%. All right, let me write this down. 12 for 23. All right, 52. Yeah, 52%. I might be off a little, but anyway, 52%. Michael Jordan, 7 for 15. 47%. Okay. All right, because he took a lot of shots. Kobe is the lowest out of all of them. I think 5 for 22. That's 23%. So so people say that LeBron's not clutch. If you say LeBron is not clutch, he's not clutch, but he's ahead of all these guys in the history. He's number one. He's ahead of all these guys. So, like, what what I mean? What are you saying? But right now, we watching history. You better enjoy. You Jordan fans, you LeBron haters, man. Again, you better enjoy. You better enjoy LeBron right now, because the game's gonna be boring soon. Well, you're gonna have some players. You got some players coming in, making it fun. But watching this 38-year-old man dominate right now, 37 points a game. He averaged. The guy giving you 37.99. You know what I mean? 37.99. You better take that. You better take that, man. But I will go ahead. I used to watch old film of like Wilt Chamberlain, all those guys. I watched the game. I think from 1961 to 62. I went back. I had some time. So and YouTube was great for that. So I said, let me watch different players. So I watched Wilt Chamberlain from 1961 to 62 NBA season. The guy averaged 50 points per game. 50 points per game, 25 rebounds. All right, he shot 50% field goals. You know what I mean? So, like, come on, the guy was dominating. So that's why Wilt had directed for points, because he in one season he dropped 4,000 points, almost 4,100 points in one season, from 61 to 62. He did that. So Will Chamberlain had that record for, is it 15 years? 10, 15 years, I believe. Well, you could look it up. But I believe he had that record for 10 to 15 years. Will Chamberlain had the number, he was the number one scorer. He was number one in points in the league. For I think 10, 15 years he had it. Then Kareem came, and Kareem passed him. So for 20 to 40 years, whatever, Kareem had that record. Kareem was the number one in the history of the NBA. Kareem was number one. Now LeBron came in. LeBron in the regular season. LeBron will be the number one in points because he wants to play with his sons. So who knows? He might drop 50,000 points. The way he's looking, he might drop 50,000 points. And then what you guys gonna do then? You know what I mean? If this guy drops 50,000 points, forget it. Forget it. I don't see anybody breaking that. But right now, in the history of the NBA, 38,024 points, almost 11,000 rebounds, and 11,000 assists. LeBron James is the only player in the history of the NBA to have that. Only player. Nobody else. You know what I mean? But what I'm gonna say again, Isaiah Thomas is right. The league did change. They changed everything for Jordan. You know what I mean? They needed a face. But from 1988, look at 1988. Who was defensive? Jordan was the defensive player of the year. 1988. Look up his numbers in 1988. Look at Akeem Olajuwon numbers. Akeem Olajuwon dominating every numbers, everything you could think of. But they give that to Jordan. The league wanted Jordan. That's what it was. So you know what I mean. You got to look at that. So it says a lot. It says a lot about the league. You know, the fact that you have a player with better numbers, but they decided to praise someone else, and I don't think that's fair. So that's why I never had Jordan, more than ahead of Kobe. He wasn't. So in the history of the NBA, LeBron James been dominating. Only player. You know what I mean? So that's it. You can't. I would love to see again. I look at the numbers. He's dominating. So you can't. For you to say Jordan's the best player of all time, if he was the best player of all time, how come he couldn't beat Larry Bird? Larry Bird was an assassin. So the argument for my cousin said, "Hey, well, the Celtics, they were a super team." Okay, you couldn't beat them. Now, in the history of the NBA, no GM ever said, "Let me build my team to stop one player." They didn't do that for Jordan. They just built the team. That's it. But every team, since LeBron came in the league, every team, they were building their team to beat LeBron James. That's all. He dominated the East for decades. Dominate. You know what I mean? So, of course, him going to the West right now, he's old. But, you know what I mean? So you can't dominate the way he is. He need players now. Back then, he could do it on his own. But now he need players. So it says a lot. Right now, again, an assist, he's He's number 6. He's you know, that's that. Still number 9. 3-point field goal, he's 10. Rebound, you know what I mean? He's up there. But he'll be all right. So, you know, if you're doing the matchup player for player, you know, Jordan don't stand a chance with LeBron James. You know what I mean? He doesn't stand a chance with LeBron James. So you gotta give the guy credit. You gotta give him credit. So like I said, LeBron James, by far, the greatest player of all time. However you want to slice it, whatever it is, however you want to put it, you know, you can't compare. Because I watched Jordan again, 1-9 in the playoff, 1-9 before Scottie Pippen. Jordan begged Jerry Krause to go get Dennis Rodman. Begged him, right? He begged Jerry Krause to get Dennis Rodman. Cause he said, well, you know, we need that 20 rebound. The guy was, come on, Dennis Rodman. Of course, he could have scored. He could score, but he didn't care for scoring. He was more focused on getting his rebound. The best rebounder in the history of the NBA, the best. Get 20 rebounds. Cause you know why? Jordan was shooting breaks. He could shoot breaks all he wanted to. He could just shoot. People talk about, the shoot, whatever, or the points, clutch. Clutch what? Okay, he shoot because he could shoot freely, knowing that, hey, I had the best rebounder in the game. He's gonna rebound. He's gonna get everything, which he did. Now, when Jerry Krause told Jordan, okay, you know, we don't need you anymore. Go. Jordan was upset. He thought, no, they said, we don't need you. They lost, and then Scottie Pippen was running the team. Lost one game. Lost one game without Jordan. They were one bad call away. One bad call away from going to the finals. And I know Jordan had a lot to do with that. Now, you know, hey, that was a bad call. If if you watch that, that was a bad call. One bad call away, the Chicago would have went to the finals with Scottie Pippen. But the league didn't want that because the league was pushing Michael Jordan so much, and then to show what because again, without Scottie Pippen, Jordan was 1-9, 1-9 without Scottie Pippen. So the league, of course, they didn't want that. That would even be an embarrassment to show that. Wait a minute, Scottie Pippen is better than Jordan. They didn't want that, or he's winning without Jordan. They didn't want that. So they call it. That was a bad call. One bad call away, and even the ref apologized after that. He said, "Listen, I had to do my job. I had to do it. I had to do it." And they asked him, "What do you mean?" He said, "I have a family to feed. I can't even talk about that." Anyway, man, listen, it's been great. 5:40, 5:40. I gotta go do my workout and stuff like that. Get ready, but before. I appreciate you guys, watching this. Again, to me, LeBron James is the best player of all time. Michael Jordan is, maybe 11 player. I don't think Jordan's the top 10 player. But anyway, before I go, I want to give a shout out to the Eagles. They're doing their thing. Every team I pick over the weekend. Saturday, Sunday, wild card was crazy. Monday night, every team I picked, they all won. Watch the video. Every pick I made, they all won. Says a lot, man. The Jaguars, I was a little shaky with that. I said, oh my gosh, why did I pick them? But but the kid came back, man. Yeah, he threw 4 picks, but he's tough, and I like that. Doug Peterson is a great coach. You gotta give him credit for everything he's doing. And I know this weekend we have the Giants versus the Eagles. Man, It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. If Jalen Hurts if he's healthy, if everything is good, it's gonna be an easy. Well, it won't be an easy win, but it'll be a good game. But it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. But you know, I'll make my prediction later. But wow, I think the last one, that was in 2013. The last time the Giants beat Phillies was in 2013. That was October 27, 2013. Cause man, let me see, from 2014, Eagles beat them. 2015, Eagles beat them. Man, they've been beating them for a while. The last one was 2013. So who knows? Who knows? But we'll see what happens, man. I'm excited. It was a great wild card weekend. So I'm hoping that again this second round will be even better. Yeah. And that's it. I hope you have an amazing day and enjoy your time. It's Thursday, and and enjoy it. And watch the video. If you like, whether you like it or you don't like it, let me know. Subscribe and comment. I'll make time to respond to you and help me grow this channel, man. It's free. Subscription is free. Don't be a hater, man. Support. You see, we all trying to do something different. And you see it, support, subscribe, and let's see what happens. All right, don't be a hater. Support someone. Don't be a hater watching. You see someone doing something, you look at it, you won't even support. Anyway, man, support, man. Go to YouTube, go to YouTube and support. All right, subscribe. It's free. All right, let's do this, man. Come on.